now in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that.
That I could be attracted to a man while I still am very attracted to a woman.
Breaking news tonight, Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul.
Diddy has already been arrested over some very disturbing allegations. But wait, Kanye West just dropped a bombshell that's shaking things up even more.
Y'all should have learned with Puff. Y'all should have learned with Hov. Y'all dealing with a different kind of
Yeezy is convinced that Clive Davis, the legendary music mogul himself, could be next in line to wear handcuffs. With all the skeletons in Clive's closet and his shady history, Kanye's got people talking.
Could motivate a person to have a party in a building where the person whose life he had influenced.
Is Clive about to get hit with the same fate as Diddy? Buckle up, because things are about to get messy. Diddy just got arrested this week, and now the investigation is heating up. Apparently, there might be some accomplices involved, and guess whose name is coming up? Clive Davis. Yep, the music legend himself. And of course, Kanye West is all over it, spilling the tea like he always does. He's talking nonstop about how Clive could be in some serious trouble. But why? Well, because Clive has not a clear image in the industry. But first, let's talk about their relationship. Well, get ready for a wild ride, folks. Clive Davis, a real industry bigwig, no doubt about it. But like most big shots in the biz, he's got his fair share of scandals and controversies. There have been all sorts of allegations thrown at him, questions about his personal life, and whispers about the not-so-glamorous side of those annual parties he throws. And hey, let's not forget those rumors about him supposedly making Diddy get on his knees for funding Bad Boy Records, if you catch my drift.
Clive Davis, have they ever had anything past business? Because to me,
rumor has it that amidst all the drama and lawsuits swirling around Diddy's life, there's talk that Clive Davis might be thinking about putting some distance between them. Can you believe it? Those two have been tight for ages. Even though Diddy's dealing with some serious heat from SA claims by a group of women, he's supposedly still on the guest list for Clive Davis's epic pre-Grammy bash. Yep, word on the street is that Puffy's like the VIP of the party, always getting an invite, no questions asked. But here's the twist. Someone with a keen eye noticed that Diddy wasn't exactly front and center in the party's digital invitation this time around. Last year, it was all about him with 3 glam shots. But this year, he barely got a cameo, just chilling behind Jay-Z and Beyonce from the 2020 party where he was honored. Whispers began circulating, suggesting he may have been ousted or discreetly removed from the guest list. However, a representative for Clive Davis swiftly intervened to dispel the speculation, stating, "Puffy wasn't scrubbed." They continued. Each year, the photos included in the pre-Grammy gala invitation are updated. Different artists and performers are changed from year to year. So what's the deal with Diddy and Clive? Are they still tight, or is it all just PR spin? Who knows? But it looks like Diddy's still getting those party invites, so he's definitely still in the mix. Now let's get into the juicy drama between Clive Davis and Diddy. Rumor has it that 50 Cent is ready to spill some tea and spill it real good. What's the beef between these two music big shots? And why is 50 Cent so eager to spill the beans? We all know Diddy's a heavyweight in the music biz, founding the iconic Bad Boy Records and managing big names like the late notorious Big and R&B sensation Usher. But how did he build such an impressive empire? Well, the rumor mill has been buzzing for years about Diddy and Clive Davis being more than just industry colleagues, and it looks like the truth is finally out. Sources spill the tea, claiming the two have been an item for a solid 5 years. And they weren't exactly discreet about it. From epic parties to hush-hush meetups, it seems these two have been living their best lives. But hold up, Diddy's claiming he's been a victim too, allegedly an intimate slave to Clive Davis, if you catch the drift. Diddy's journey intersected with Clive's when he was a 23-year-old aspiring artist aiming to make his mark in the competitive music industry. His innovative hip-hop concepts managed to captivate the renowned Clive, who was on the lookout for an artist capable of forging a genuine connection with the audience. Recalling their first meeting, Clive has shared that he discovered exactly what he was in search of within Diddy. Puffy was 23 years old, and I knew the artist that I had, Aretha Dion Whitney, was one kind of music. Davis says. LaFace ushered in blue-collared R&B at its height. But sensing the hip-hop revolution, both LA and I agreed that we could use someone really attuned to the street. You gotta know what you can do for yourself, and you gotta know when you need to look to other people. During that time frame, Diddy was working under Andre Harali at Uptown Records. However, encountering Clive Davis marked a turning point in his career, as his impactful words left a lasting impression on the music mogul, a moment that Clive himself vividly recalls. When I met with Puffy, he articulated that hip-hop should be part of the top 40 mainstream, and that the business would change in the future, he continues. And I said, what have you got to illustrate that point? And he played me Craig Max Flava in your ear, and he played me the then unknown artist that he felt and believed so strongly. He played me 4 or 5 cuts from Notorious Big. Diddy's words held such compelling force that they persuaded Clive, who quickly conveyed his approval, acknowledging that Diddy had effectively communicated his vision. Evident from their actions and numerous reports, the gender orientation of both figures were quite questionable and ultimately sparked the rumor that Clive has been controlling and manipulating Diddy.
On your knees and beg the demon for some bread, and all he gave you was crumbs. That's all he ever really gives anybody. Whatever millions Puff has put into something.
On one side of the spectrum, many view Clive Davis as a revered and accomplished producer, renowned for nurturing a diverse range of artists and crafting musical hits that have left an indelible mark on the industry. His legacy and practices have solidified his reputation as a key figure in shaping the music landscape.
Consistent with what you're writing about, you could go from one side of the stage to the other. Okay.
However, in the shadows, there exists a contrasting perception. Some voices suggest a different narrative, portraying Davis as a man with a more complex and controversial persona. These critics label him as one of the first gay gatekeepers of the industry, allegedly exerting influence through manipulation and a calculated demeanor. Such claims paint a picture of a cold-blooded operator who wields power behind the scenes, orchestrating moves that go beyond the public eye.
But he needed her back and under his control.
In the intricate tapestry of the music world, Clive Davis stands as both a celebrated legend and a figure shrouded in speculative whispers, embodying the duality that often characterizes the entertainment realm. It was mainly due to the fact that he allegedly mentored Diddy.
Most likely because he was victimized by his mentor, who loved to control people.
Diddy is a name that resonates deeply in the music world, celebrated as a prolific record producer and influential label owner.
Reminded them of Kane, how I came out hard and strong at the time, which is all good, you know. But I'm just trying to stay above water, you know.
Yet behind this illustrious facade lies a curious inquiry into the rapid ascent of his company. Jaguar Wright, a notable musician, delves into the enigmatic sway Diddy holds over the music landscape and the substantial riches that have come his way. What propelled a 23-year-old emerging star to the zenith of the music industry in an astonishingly brief span? The key might rest in his intimate connection with a prominent music figure, Clive Davis. While Clive has garnered acclaim for his musical productions, he now finds himself at the center of conversations surrounding his romantic endeavors. Following 2 marriages and subsequent divorces, Clive embarked on a voyage of self-discovery, exploring the possibility of being attracted to men as well.
That I opened myself up after the failure of my second marriage, having read something about biology.
Through this period of self-reflection, Clive reached the revelation that his SO was not exclusively HS, a stark departure from his convictions during the initial 5 decades of his life. In his published book, The Soundtrack of My Life,
myself up to the possibility of a relationship based on the person and not on
Davis recounts that his initial experience of engaging in a S encounter with a man took place during the Studio 54 Inches era, a period when he was married to his second spouse, Janet Adelberg. On this night, after imbibing enough alcohol, I was open to responding to his S overtures, Davis wrote. Was I nervous? Absolutely. Did the heavens open up? No, but it was satisfying. The experience prompted a period of soul-searching and self-analysis. Following his separation from Adelberg in 1985, Davis entered into relationships with individuals of various genders. From 1990 onward, he has been involved in 2 enduring relationships, both with male partners. You don't have to be only one thing or another, Davis said in an interview with U.S. chat show host Katie Couric. I opened myself up to the possibility that I could have a relationship with a man as well as the two that I had with a woman. In another chat with Nightline, Davis complained that BS is maligned and misunderstood. For over 50 years, I never had S with a male, he said. It wasn't repressed. I had very good S relationships with women. Clive said that he is not ashamed of his S orientation. He said, but I never stopped being attracted to women. Bi S is misunderstood. The adage is that you're either straight or gay or lying, but that's not my experience. To call me anything other than bi S would be inaccurate. Later on, Clive established a dedicated partnership with another man, and this bond endures to the present day. Following years of uncertainty, several sources within the industry have claimed that Diddy is apparently the individual in question, holding the position of Clive's significant other.
They was the one putting the money behind the engine of Bad Boy until Puff could get up there to Clive Davis. You know what I'm saying? What Andre Harrell didn't do was...
Speculation regarding the trajectory of Diddy's music career has endured over time. Presently, it is allegedly revealed that the two shared a romantic involvement spanning 5 years. Clive has openly acknowledged his companion's presence at various gatherings and their shared travels, yet he has chosen not to reveal the individual's identity. Nonetheless, it has become progressively evident via some reports that Diddy is the artist most frequently spotted accompanying Clive at public functions, often appearing at the same events.
5-year period of time, interregnum, entered into a relationship with a man. And I just...
While not conclusively conclusive, the visible openness of both Clive and Diddy about their S orientation, combined with their frequent appearances together at social gatherings, strongly hints at a meaningful link between them. Some reports suggest that the intimate rapport between Diddy and Clive may have been firmly established throughout the years. Come to think of it, the time period is long because Clive has been working with Diddy since Bad Boy Records.
For that. And that out of control fucking whoremonger and sodomite just run rampant all.
It is noteworthy that Clive has been engaged in a committed relationship with a man during this period, while Diddy has encountered allegations of keeping his own orientation private. Considering these circumstances, the insider's notion of a romantic link between the two appears quite conceivable. Moreover, Clive has displayed transparency regarding his S and partnerships, refraining from refuting these speculations, which in turn lends weight to their credibility. Diddy, too, has chosen to remain silent on the subject. Besides S Ventures, Clive Davis and Diddy were also rumored to be involved in Whitney Houston's D. It all started when in 2006, Whitney Houston filed for divorce from Bobby Brown, as reported by MTV News. Their marriage had been marred by controversy, DA, physical violence, and allegations of infidelity. It marked the conclusion of a tumultuous journey. Houston would be granted full custody of their daughter when the divorce was finalized the following year, and they went their separate ways. In a tell-all interview with Oprah in 2009, Houston accused Brown of being jealous and of subjecting her to both physical and emotional A.
The talk was I was with her because I needed something from her. All I needed was her to love herself the way I loved her.
Following the divorce, Houston made efforts to clean up her public image. Brown, on the other hand, remarried and had 3 more children with his manager, Alicia Etheridge. According to The Star, they tied the knot in 2012, just a few months after Houston tragically passed away in a hotel bathtub at the age of 48. Despite the drama that marked their relationship, it's noted that the love between them endured. Brown reportedly shed tears during a performance upon learning of Houston's death, as reported by The Hollywood Reporter.
2 days back. My daughter would be here.
However, it was proved that it was not her husband who ruined her, but some other people were involved in her downfall. At this point, we all know that Bobby Brown has long been held responsible for Whitney Houston's C addiction. But according to Robin Crawford, the singer of Greatest Love of All displayed signs of problematic D use before meeting him. In an NBC interview promoting her book, A Song for You, My Life with Whitney Houston, Houston's best friend, who also claims to have been her lover, discussed the Grammy winner's history of D use. Houston passed away in 2012, with C use cited as a contributing factor in the coroner's report. D paraphernalia, including a small spoon with a white crystal-like substance in it and a rolled-up piece of white paper, was discovered at the scene. Asked by Craig Melvin when she realized Houston had a problem, Crawford replied, "I would remind Whitney that, now you know we said doing coke couldn't go where we're going, and we're already there, so we shouldn't be doing it. However, I'd noticed that she would go ahead and do it," Crawford continued. She was having difficulty stopping. Crawford and Houston first crossed paths as teenagers at a 1980 summer camp, where their relationship turned intimate, as revealed in Crawford's book. However, Houston reportedly ended their romantic involvement in 1983, citing concerns about how a same-sex relationship might impact her burgeoning career after signing with Arista. Despite this shift, they remained steadfast friends, with Crawford taking on roles as Houston's personal assistant, roommate, and, notably, maid of honor when the singer married Bobby Brown of New Edition fame in 1992. Contrary to the public perception that Brown introduced Houston to Dee, Crawford's book, as highlighted by Melvin, clarifies that Houston had engaged in Dee use before Brown entered the picture. Crawford acknowledged this, stating that while Houston wasn't a consistent Dee user, there were occasions when she would partake, occasionally overindulging.
Into really heavy drugs until I met Whitney, but it destroys people.
In response to the persistent blame placed on Brown for Houston's substance A issues, Crawford emphatically stated that Brown did not introduce Houston to C. She refuted the notion that he brought her down. Regarding this, many reports suggest that Diddy and Clive Davis have some connection with her death. The speculations got further confirmed when Clive himself admitted that he was the only one who was with her in her last moments. Clive Davis holds immense power within the music industry, standing out as one of its most influential figures. His track record speaks volumes, particularly when he launched Arista Records, where he successfully signed a multitude of major black acts. The list of artists he brought on board is impressive, including Patti Smith, The Outlaws, Eric Carmen, Exposé, Ace of Base, Air Supply, Dionne Warwick, Ray Parker and Radio, Aretha Franklin, and Alicia Keys. Davis played a pivotal role in giving Puffy his initial opportunity to establish Bad Boy Records, but his greatest success came when he discovered Whitney Houston.
I'm with her when the picture was inescapable. There were two times, one live, where she came to my home, where we had a personal...
Astounded by Houston's extraordinary singing talent and her image as an all-American sweetheart, Clive seized the chance to propel her into mega stardom. This move not only greatly benefited Whitney, but also significantly boosted Clive Davis's net worth, reportedly reaching close to $800 million. However, as Whitney Houston navigated the complexities of the music industry, she, like many others, began to observe peculiar and unsettling occurrences. In her 2002 interview with Diane Sawyer, she candidly addressed the challenges she faced and the demons she battled, shedding light on the darker aspects of the industry. Whitney at times looked uneasy, uncomfortable, and at many times cautious within every word she spoke, and even spoke that she herself was possessed with an inner devil whom was controlling her. She brought up her dispute with Clive Davis and a potential conspiracy to harm her in the course of that interview. In divulging numerous industry secrets, she unwittingly made herself a target. Exploiting her vulnerabilities and past struggles with addiction, they aimed to undermine her credibility and ensure that the public didn't take her revelations seriously. The unexpected and shocking news of her demise occurred at a time when no one anticipated such a tragedy, especially given the circumstances surrounding it. It was a sorrowful twist of fate that profoundly impacted the music world. Tragically, the entertainment industry has witnessed numerous instances where artists, immersed in the demanding nature of their work, succumb to the scourge of DA. Whitney Houston was no exception. Her ongoing battle with DA and smoking, coupled with deteriorating health, cast a shadow over her entire career until it reached an irreversible tipping point.
They're deciding. It's my heart. It's what I want and what I don't want. Nobody makes me do anything I don't want to do.
The unfortunate turn of events occurred on February 11th, 2012, the day before the scheduled Grammy Awards. On that day, the music industry luminaries gathered in Los Angeles for the Grammys, and Whitney Houston, accompanied by her family and friends, checked into the Beverly Hilton Hotel. A tradition preceding the Grammys was Clive Davis, Houston's mentor, hosting a pre-Grammy party. As preparations for the evening's festivities were underway, Houston's assistant, Mary Jones, arranged her dress on the bed and then left the room. what transpired during the brief period Jones was away, leading to the discovery of Houston unconscious and submerged face down in a water-filled bathtub upon her return, remained a mystery until the coroner's report provided insights. Tragically, Houston was pronounced dead at 3:55 p.m. on the same day at the scene.
Happened here at 3:43 yesterday afternoon when a member of Houston's entourage located her body inside this hotel. So far, police and the coroner are
During the investigation, the police discovered an open champagne bottle and a spoon containing a white crystal-like substance in close proximity to Whitney Houston. Additionally, a variety of medications, including an antidepressant, a muscle relaxant, and allergy medication, were found in her system during the autopsy. The coroner's report, released several weeks later, attributed Houston's death to heart disease, the use of C, and accidental drowning. It was also revealed that Houston had a mild case of emphysema, a condition affecting the lungs and causing shortness of breath, contributing to the gradual loss of her captivating and powerful voice. Numerous speculations about Houston's personal life emerged, explored in films, documentaries, and biopics released both before and after her death. However, amidst all the scrutiny, what remained unwavering was Houston's musical prowess and her soulful, mesmerizing voice. Many people believe that Diddy is the one who put her on D, and given Diddy's history, it is no secret how he has behaved with his former girlfriends. Recently, a lawsuit was filed against Sean Diddy Combs in New York Supreme Court on Thursday. The plaintiff, a woman, alleges that the rapper DNR'd her in 1991 when she was a college student. The lawsuit claims that she reluctantly agreed to have dinner with Combs at a restaurant in Harlem, after which he insisted she accompany him and allegedly D her to the point where she couldn't stand or walk without assistance. The suit further alleges that Combs filmed the A and distributed the video without her consent throughout New York State. In a lawsuit that initiated the recent legal challenges for Combs, singer Cassie accused him of a range of offenses, including RSA-ST, physical A, and providing her with D and A throughout their long-term romantic relationship. The lawsuit resulted in a settlement between Cassie and Combs the following day. But then a disturbing footage of him with Cassie went viral, and now he is in jail according to reports. And Kanye has been talking about what has been happening with Diddy. Kanye recently made headlines again as a video of him venting about those who betrayed him went viral. He's gearing up to release a new project with Ty Dolla $ign and recently held a listening party in Las Vegas, attended by industry peers. However, after the event, Kanye unleashed a passionate rant in his hotel suite, expressing feeling abandoned by friends, stating it's just him and God now, as many he cared for have either passed away or turned against him. But it was not because of the tweet, but because he tried to expose the industry. In his another rant, the mogul Kanye West takes things to another level. He openly discusses the online belief of Hollywood sacrifices in a bizarre clip that has caught everyone's attention. Shockingly, he even mentions his own mother while emphasizing his strong belief in such occurrences. Kanye firmly stands by his ideas on the matter and doesn't hold back. Before making these comments, he made it clear that he's not afraid to criticize any of Hollywood's wrongdoers or elites. Kanye's ideas have sparked curiosity and concern as he raises questions about the workings of Hollywood and its alleged practices. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.